Hey guys, it's me, Vic123, and welcome to my first ever Watch Dogs gameplay video. Probably one of the first few on YouTube. I was fortunate enough to be able to attend a capture event in Paris with Ubisoft for this game. Got to play it and capture it for about 6 hours. So I took 6 hours of footage, chopped it up, and this is my first video I've put together, just highlighting general gameplay, you know, single player elements. There are no spoilers within, there's no cutscenes, that kind of stuff. It's just pure gameplay footage that I've put together for you guys, to show you guys. I'm going to be giving my first impressions, showing you guys a lot of the different features going on with the game, all that good stuff. So if you guys do go on to enjoy this video and are looking forward to Watch Dogs, feel free to leave a like rating and check out my other Watch Dogs videos, which will be coming out soon. You can subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you don't want to miss those videos. I had to go all the way to Paris, a 2-day trip, just to get this footage for you guys, but I'm glad I did, because it's a really, really cool game, some really interesting dynamics that, you know, we haven't really seen in video games thus far, and the game is still a few days away from being out. So, you know, I'm really glad to be able to give you guys an early look at things. So you may be wondering what I'm doing right now. I'm just going around in hacking mode, through cameras, that sort of stuff. So I'm trying to breach this building, and actually started off just by investigating the whole place with my hacking phone. You can hack into so much stuff around and about the map. You know, it's very open world in terms of that. This mission here, I do in a kind of very stealthy way. I've cut out the cutscene type stuff. But basically, I'm just trying to get control to, you know, a central control system, and then get out of there. And I actually do this one stealthily. I've got a kind of non-stealth little mission after this one. But yeah, my first impressions of the game are very good. It's something we've not experienced before, you know, in a video game. And there's definitely quite a big learning curve to it. You know, there's a skill gap to the game. So one thing you've got to remember is that this isn't a final build of the game I'm playing right here, and at this point I've literally only got half an hour's experience on the game itself. So, you know, there's a lot of the hacking features I haven't unlocked through the game progression. There's a lot of the hacking features I don't really know how to use effectively, and you know, it's a learning process you're going to see me going through, and I'm kind of glad it is that way, because I didn't want to just play for, you know, like 5 hours and then grab you some pro footage that gives away, you know, how to do everything. I want to leave some of it kind of up to you guys to work out when the game is out for yourselves. You know, leave some stuff a mystery, give you guys a little bit of a taster of the game, I guess, as it were. So as you see, like most single player games, you've got elements of stealth that you can go with, or you've got elements of, you know, gun and run. And here you can see that I'm using the cameras and I'm just sneaking around, and that was taking more of the stealth option. Here you can see that, you know, some of the areas you have to access, or some of the systems you have to hack. Actually, you have the whole coding system. Took me a little while to work out what I was doing here. This was the first time I'd done this, and I was like, oh yeah, that's very simple. So unlock, like, really? Did it take me this long? It's so obvious what I have to do here. There we go. There we go. Unlocked. Just like that, and then you go on, and actually, you know, these were the first ones that I'd done, but they get actually really complicated down the line. Some really, you know, fun problem-solving type stuff. So unlock that one, whack that around, and then unlock just like so. See even more that comes up. So here, fairly obvious. Just have to loop it round, and you do actually have a time limit. Some of these can get pretty intense, but I'm only going to show you this one hacking section right here. And then I've cut out the cutscene there, I hacked that system, and pretty much get out of the area. Also, another thing I want to quickly address is that you guys can probably already tell at this point, now the video's live, this is quite a long video, and that's purely going off the feedback I got on Facebook and Twitter when I talked about editing this footage, and people just saying, show us as much as possible. So I've been through the 6 hours of footage and just pulled out this stuff just to highlight the game in its single player element. So as you see here, I could have killed some of these guys, could have used some gadgets to blow them up, but I decided to make my way out of here. You can see this movement, actually, the way you look and then you can enter cover in different areas. I actually find that a really, really cool way of sneaking around. It makes the stealth element of the game, you know, much easier to get to grips with. Stealth is really not my kind of thing. I don't really have the attention span for it, but yeah, it just makes things a lot easier when it comes to sneaking around. I think actually, yeah, I'd trip the car alarm there and blow something up just because I can. Actually distracts the guy on the gate, just lets me escape the area. So you can see that, you know, the hacking tools, they're very versatile. There's a lot of different ways you can do them. You can also hack any random strangers along the street. You can, you know, redeem information about them. You can listen in on their phone calls, their texts, and sometimes quite funny stuff comes up, like random conversations. There are some really funny ones in the game, kind of almost Easter egg-ish. You can hack into people, you know, take their music, you can take their, you know, their bank account details, go to ATMs to withdraw. I think that I've got some footage of that a little later on. You can, you know, steal codes from them. It's very interesting, and just as you might expect in a free roam game, you can hop in cars, drive around, do all that good stuff, and there's a whole skill tree. So this is a brief overview of the skill tree. I don't go into, you know, extreme detail, but you can see these are the different areas that there are, and, you know, generic skills within, you know, stuff you'd expect. I decided to go for some driving upgrades there, but yeah, that is a nice little overview to begin with. Here we're doing another mission, and in this one I decide to take out all of this guy's guards, because I actually have to knock out a target in this little gang hideout. Being a little bit of a vigilante right here, so I'm going to drop some tasty silenced pistol headshots in here, which hopefully you guys are going to enjoy. It was good fun. I enjoyed dropping these guys to the floor. Again, didn't use a huge number of the you know, the hacking abilities right here. It tends to be, you know, on the later hideouts that they become really, really useful, really, really key when you kind of go in guns blazing. But at this point, you know, I didn't have a huge amount of weapons. I was actually picking up some new weapons here, as you can see. But I didn't have a huge amount of weapons, so it was very useful to be able to just use stealth on my side and not worry too much about, you know, blowing stuff up, setting off car alarms, that kind of stuff. You can do some really cool distraction stuff, though. Again, I don't want to spoil too much for the final game. But, yeah, going back to first impressions while I'm going to move around this area and kill some people. I didn't, you know, get to experience a huge amount of the game. One thing, you know, the only one negative thing I have to say about the game, which may just be my own personal preference, you know, this is all my opinion going on here. You guys are more than welcome to let me know your opinions. I'd actually love to hear what you think about the game. Will you be picking it up? All that great stuff in the comment section below. One thing I find is that, and you'll see this later in the video, is the driving in cars can sometimes be a little bit glitchy. I have fed that back to the Watchdogs team. That's my only slight feedback. Sometimes the engine isn't, you know, super fluent, but, you know, with the complicated elements and features within the game, it's not too much of a problem. So here you can see I'm just looting up the dead guys, and then I'm going to continue to the second floor of this little hideout, and I think I do actually use one of the gadgets for a pretty sweet kill up here, so let's watch out for that. Let's jump back into the gameplay for the moment. I could have actually used the explosion hack on the floor to blow him up there, but I actually went for the kill just because I didn't want to alert the other gang members on this floor right here, but I accidentally mess up. So what I do is, that's the guy I'm supposed to be taking down. Obviously I can't just take him down, because I'll get shot by his little henchmen. So what I decide to do is go for the headshot on this guy. But oh wait, I actually get him. We're not quite at my failure yet. So my failure comes here when I spot this guy all the way in the back there, and he was out of range. My pistol bullet doesn't make it to him, so he's a little bit spooked, and I'm like, oh god, what am I gonna do? So I need to get to cover because he's probably gonna alert the guys who are to my side. Yep, that guy's already worked out something's up, and there's another guy to the side of him. So I get into some cover here and wait for this. Okay, so what do? We pay attention to those guys, and we just wait for that guy to walk past, then bam, blow him up with a fuse box. That takes the other guy's attention away, which means I can sneak around to this guy over here, then take him out. And then we have one guy left who is actually, he's the guy I need to take down, isn't it? Yes, he is. So we're going to sneak in. Going to use our cover. He's taking cover behind this car. And wait for it. There's the takedown. Bam! Justice has been served. So there are lots of like little gang hideouts and side missions that you can take part in. So that's 1 of 15 gang hideouts. You can see a bit of the progression there. Again, I don't want to show off too much at this early stage, But anyway, we're going to jump back into some free roam hacking type stuff. So this isn't even side mission stuff. This is just me going around with my good old hacking phone, just getting some information about some people, hacking into their conversations. This was actually pretty boring conversations. I was like, I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear your problems right here. Just hack some money from this woman here. See, everyone's on their phones in this day and age. And I'll take their money. I'll take all of it. Right here, I was just, you know, looking out, checking my corners through the cameras on the street. There was actually a random event crime in this area that came up on my little head-up display. You can see it on my mini-map. It's that little triangle. And these will pop up all over the place. I do think I actually mess up this one. I let myself get spooked by the hacker. I didn't realize he'd be... Not the hacker, sorry, the criminal. Didn't realize he'd be just around this corner. So, yeah, I was a little bit too close. And, yeah, I messed up on that one. But what can happen in those situations is you go up, you wait for them to commit a crime, you hack into them, you monitor them, and then you take them down like the true vigilante that you are. Anyway, right here you have a little insight into the online world, the multiplayer world, which I'll be showing off hopefully later today in a video. If it's already out, it will be linked in the description. But it's very integral between your single player world, online free roam, and multiplayer. As you see, Random Stranger gives me access to an online race with some other people, and it can also just be really interesting to go around and just kind of look at people's information, everything you have access to. It's almost scary. Will we one day live in a world where this kind of stuff is possible? I mean, with Facebook already, a lot of our information is, you know, can be somewhat public, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. But anyway, as you can see in the game right here, before I go off on too much of a tangent, I'm just hacking into people's ATMs, you know, taking their money. But I'm a vigilante, you know, this money's going for a good cause. Look, she's getting robbed at an ATM. What am I going to do? Pro-vigilante. Bam! Drop him to the ground. Completely wrecked, although the police want me. I wasn't very subtle about that one. Probably should have chased him down to a dark alley. Anyway, I'm going to be a vigilante. I'm going to be a criminal and withdraw all that money I just hacked out of this little ATM right here. Just empty their bank accounts, get some nice cash, and get out of the area because the feds are coming. The cops coming to shut me down. So run to the nearest car. I believe I grabbed this one just on the corner here. Do I not? Okay, no. I decide to run out into the middle of the road. Interesting. Interesting. Hacking people as I go. Ah, this looks like a nice car. Alright, let's get you out of the car. And let's get the getaway on the go. So, yeah, this is the driving. It's, as you might expect, the handling is actually quite difficult to get to grips with. I was never too wonderful at doing it. But when you're driving, you actually have a bunch of hacks you can use. Drawing bridges up and down, you know, sending bollards up and down, hacking traffic lights. I hadn't actually unlocked a load of those different hacks at this point, but as you see, I created a car crash at that traffic intersection, which slowed down one of the cop cars. And yeah, you can just go along as you go. And again, this is a very basic insight into, you know, the full extent of all of these hacks. I'm just going through every single roundabout, every junction I can get to. And, you know, sometimes hacking traffic lights won't do anything if there's no traffic already there. Sometimes all you need is some smooth driving, just like so. And, yeah, I've pretty much evaded them at this point. So let's jump onto the next clip. Okay, so right here we have an assassination type mission. I have a target to kill. Before he reaches his destination, I can use whatever I have in my power to get this done. I've got his little route on my minimap, courtesy of my super hacksaw phone, so you guys are going to get to see what I decide to do in taking this guy out. A little bit of an accident right there, do apologize. So I head down to this intersection here, hack the traffic lights, hoping to create an accident which is going to block the junction and basically trap him, hold him in place. However, that doesn't actually quite work out. The cars managed to get through, so I just hide in my car, and then I pursue, because they don't know I'm out to kill them yet. They do not know that. Head up to the next junction. Make sure to hack that from a distance. Crash into a car while I'm doing that. And then, yeah, I've probably alerted them then. But I'm just going to push this guy off the side of the road. The junction's blocked, so he can't really escape just yet. And I'm trying to get him held still. There we go. That is it. Hop out. And then, bam. He's been wasted. Kill his mate too. Kill some of the other goons. And then get out of the area very narrowly. That was probably a riskier outcome than I wanted it to be, but I do manage to get away with my life intact just about, and it takes me absolutely ages to evade these guys. There were 4 of them, and they were just on my tail constantly. I had to drop traffic lights, jump over bridges, all that good stuff. But yeah, it takes about 3 minutes for me to escape, so I guess I'm gonna skip through to the next and final clip I wanted to show you guys for this kind of first impressions taster type video. Okay, so this is a different type of pursuit. I guess it's not randomly generated by the cops just chasing you for doing something wrong. This is a planned out pursuit where you have to make your way through several obstacles, and your aim is actually to attract the police. So you need to be driving recklessly, but not too recklessly, because then you might crash. So yeah, you just need to go through all of the checkpoints, grab the police's attention along the way, and then you're pretty much set. So yeah, all in all, Watch Dogs is a lot of fun to play. There's a lot to do, you know, aside from just the you know, the storyline, which is quite fun to do, and you know, kind of the linearity, is that even a word? Some of the linearness, these words, I don't even know. But yeah, it's really cool to be able to kind of break away from that kind of stuff, do you know, a lot of the side missions, and basically, you know, the more you go around and use the hacking features of the game, the better you get at them, the more you can learn to do with them. So there's a learning curve in terms of that, which is a lot of fun. You know, there are often times when I kind of almost forget the hacking feature exists. It's not too useful, but I assume as, you know, I get more experience with the game when it's eventually out, then that will make a lot more sense. Also, now in this pursuit, I do have the police's attention. They are about to be on my trail, but as I go across here, they can't keep up with me just yet anyway. So yeah, first impressions are very positive. Again, I'd love to hear yours. Is there anything else in particular you've heard of in the game that you'd like to see later today or in the coming days? I'll probably have another video or maybe 2 coming out later today, maybe online features being shown off, and then in a few days I may post another video. All depends on how the feedback is from you guys, so don't be quiet. Leave your thoughts, comment section below. Feel free to share the video as well, that would be very much appreciated. Don't feel that you have to though. And right here I mess up. I was supposed to use a hacking feature just ahead here. I think it's around here. Yeah, no wait. It's around this corner. I was supposed to use a hacking feature to hack this gate, and I didn't realize until it was too late. I was like, gate please. Uh-oh. So yeah, that was not good. I did manage to get it open in the end, and actually the cops come in at the wrong angle, so I'm able to just about make my way through. One more checkpoint, and then we are done for this little race and this video. So I do hope you guys have enjoyed being able to check out the game again for probably the 3rd time. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what else you'd like to see. Feel free to check out some other videos on my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next video.